What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of Married to Medicine, Season 11, Episode 2. So if you haven't seen the second episode of Season 11 of Married to Medicine, turn this video off, go watch the episode, come back and watch this video, like and subscribe to the channel. It's a simple, free, anonymous, quick way to support my channel. It takes less than 5 seconds to do. The best way, easiest way you can like and help and support my channel by liking and subscribing. As you can see, I'm not a public speaker. I will tend to fumble my words and say so like 1,000 times. I may repeat myself. I may slow my speaking down to regain my thoughts. I may stop speaking to regain my thoughts. I'm gonna definitely be looking at my notes that I take throughout the show. Anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. Comment below what you would grade this week's episode. If I forget anything or I'm off on anything or leave something out, let me know in the comments what you would grade this week's episode. I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. I'm going to grade this week's episode a C+. It wasn't like significantly bad, but I feel like Real Housewives of Potomac was better than Married to Medicine this week. So I feel like, because Married to Medicine felt like a drag along and towards the beginning, but then we got somewhere towards the middle and the end. So for that reason, I would give it a C+. Maybe I'll change my grade at the end of this review. Maybe not. We'll see. I got to remember everything that I watched and wrote down. But for now, I'm giving it a C+. Last Chance, Married to Medicine, Season 11, Episode 2. If you haven't seen it, please turn this video off so you don't get any spoilers. Okay, so this week's episode, we get some little filler scenes in the beginning. Quad and her son, Contessa and her daughter. I said Quad and her son, excuse me. Phaedra and her son, Contessa and her daughter. Then we get to Simone confronting Cecil about Quad showing up to the Freaknik party, the Whitnick party. Cecil, he apologizes. He's like, if I told you, you wouldn't have wanted her to come. He's like, I didn't expect you guys to make up and be buddy-buddy, but I just want you guys to get back in that space. And Simone, of course, expressing same thing she expressed last episode, in the premiere episode. She don't know if her and Quad could ever come together again in that type of space. There's a lot of mixed quotes, because she says that now, but then in the end, towards the end of the episode, she says, me and Quad have that relationship where not a lot of words need to be said. And I'm just like, well, which one is it, Dr. Simone? So, Greg and Sweet Tea are on a date, and, of course, they're talking about still trying to have a baby. Then they begin talking about Heavenly and her excessiveness online. And Sweet Tea says Heavenly's obsessed with her. Greg expresses how he doesn't like how Damon doesn't really... He's just letting Heavenly get away with... he can't stop her. If he ain't stopped her all this time, he ain't gonna stop her now. And then they go to Damon and Heavenly, and Damon's just like... He feels like that Greg is switching up because he got a new wife. And I was like, Dr. Damon getting spicy this season. Heavenly must have told him, look, you got to start saying shit this season. So then we get the same, Dr. Jackie is a celebrity doctor, basically. She be having all these celebrities. So her celebrity patient was Cash Doll. When she was pregnant with her little girl. We see all that happening. She lets her know about the risk of high blood pressure, black women dying, high childbirth rate. So now we get Quad is turning 43. And she's throwing a Moulin Rouge themed birthday party. And she's inviting mostly all the ladies. So she decides to send these women dressed as flight attendants to personally invite some of the ladies to the birthday party. So sends them to Dr. Simone. It was kind of weird because it's like, don't y'all have problems? But she was the first one that she sent them to. It's like, okay, it is what it is. So Contessa is having Sweet Tea over. They playing a little pool You know, Sweet Tea sharing with Contessa her irritations with Heavenly that Contessa can definitely see similarities in, and Contessa ends up getting her invite from Quad while Sweet Tea is there. And remember, Contessa was gone last season, so she didn't really see what was going on there with the Sweet Tea Quad situation, which wasn't really nothing. So Contessa's like, well, you know, Quad's T is at the door, say hello. And Quad's like, well, we have to get going. It was just so awkward. And then the people that was riding with Quad talking about something, who was that old lady Contessa was with? Talking about Sweet Tea. I said, oh, they wrong. So then here go Quad talking about some, in her confessional, she didn't invite Sweet Tea because she's married to my ex-husband and she now lives in the house that we shared together. Why is that a problem now when last season it wasn't no problem? Last season you was trying to be friends with her because you was like, I don't know her, so. But that was just because she was your storyline and you was trying to stay on the damn show. So then we cut away. I didn't realize Quad's party was going to be this episode, but hey. So Quad's prepping for a party. Some of the ladies are getting dressed together, Jackie and Heavenly. Toya, Contessa, and Simone are getting dressed together. Contessa tells them about Quad sending her the invite while Sweet Tea was at the house. And this is when Toya mentions, I had forgot all about this. I don't know how I forgot, but then Toya mentions, you know, Quad popped up at Sweet Tea's bachelorette party. So it's just like, I mean, I kind of get it. Why would you want your husband's new wife at your birthday party? But especially when you're introducing your new man, because we didn't know that was going to happen. But I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, Quad, you had no problem crashing parties last season, but now you can't invite Sweet Tea to this one. So then Toya's like, speaking of fake shit, she don't say that, but she's like, Simone, when are you going to have your conversation with Quad? So Quad is, you know, of course, Toya's sharing that her and Quad are in a better space now because, you know, Quad apologized to her and Eugene at the reunion last season. So Simone's like, well, you know, I do owe Quad an apology for the reunion. And Toya's like, no, it's more than that. She wants you to apologize for the Napa trip. And I'm just like, I mean, for the Napa trip, I mean, I would have been irritated too if y'all invited me just to send me back home. So, I mean, I guess. So Quad's party begins. The ladies arrive. First of all, nobody looked good to me except for Heavenly. Heavenly looked the best at this party. I was like, what the fuck do everybody else have on? What the fuck was that headpiece that Contessa had on? Even the owner of the goddamn venue was like, I love this gladiator vibe you got going on. I was just like, gladiator. Because I was like, why do you have that headpiece on? What the fuck was that? It was weird. So Simone's asking the venue owner, like, who put this party together? Which was a weird question to me. Like, I just felt like I thought Quad put her own party together, but I was like, I guess she didn't. So they're like, who put the party together? So the venue owner's like, well, you know, Quad's boyfriend did all this, put this together for her. So now all the ladies are like shocked and all, and they like, oh, Quad's dating someone? Why am I not surprised? We don't know anything about Quad. You know, she's living a double life, blah, 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 all that stuff. So we get this scene, the husbands get together to hang out. And who's there? Curtis is there, guys. Curtis is there. So, you know, Greg tells them, you know, Sweet Tea wasn't invited to the party. And, you know, they're like, it's kind of for the best. Why would you want to be, you know? Greg's like, well, you know, I would hope that she is happy with whoever she gets with. And Eugene's like, well, why she got to be with somebody to be happy? And Curtis is like, well, Quad says she's happy. And Greg's like, well, Quad say a lot of things. It's just like, are you happy for her? Do you want to be happy for her? So back at Quad's party, the ladies are now looking around the room trying to see if they could figure out who Quad's boyfriend is. Heavenly, being Heavenly, of course, her ass is going around asking random dudes, are you Quad's man? Are you Quad's man? That's so Heavenly though. Like that's the funny shit that we look for in Heavenly. So Quad finally makes her grand entrance, and I was thinking to myself like maybe her dude is back there with her, helping her get ready or whatever. But Quad comes out and makes her little grand entrance. Then she introduces her man. I guess they call him King. She said. So the ladies, they all giving good reviews in the confessionals. They're like, okay, chocolate brown man, brown whatever, but whatever type of man, whatever he was, giving good reviews of the guy. Excuse me. So Quad gives a speech about how thankful she is for her boyfriend, and then she shares in her confessional that they met through a mutual friend, and they've been together for about a year. Quad then introduces her dude to the ladies. After that, some of the ladies, Toya and Heavenly, they're not really buying the whole year long, we've been together for a year thing. Heavenly's like, I be on the phone with her in the morning time and I don't be seeing him. Cause they said something in their speech about they haven't been apart for a year or something. I don't remember. So then Quad brings up Sweet Tea not being there. Toya kind of compares it to Napa and when Quad got uninvited. And I was like, that's kind of not the same thing. Because Quad at one point was invited to Napa, whereas Sweet Tea was never invited to Quad's birthday party. So I didn't think that comparison was the right one for Toya to bring up. She should have brought up the bachelorette party like she brought up to Contessa and Dr. Simone, but whatever. So Simone then turns to Quad and thanks her for inviting her. And Quad's like, well, me and you gonna be good. We just need to have a sister girl conversation and we gonna be good. So we get this final scene with the guys, the husbands. So, Greg brings up Heavenly. I can't remember what he said verbatim, but then Damon's like, well, Heavenly gets along with everyone. And all the guys are like, what? They're like, you okay, man? You talking about Heavenly, right? Because, like, what? So then Damon's like, that's why I would never go back and forth with a woman, because then it brings the man into it. So then Greg, he rebuttals with your wife brought me into it when she was getting into it with Sweet Tea. She put me in. So Damon's like, well, why you got to be so sensitive, man? He's like, don't talk about my wife. So Greg's like, really? Now I'm sensitive when your wife brought me into it? He's like, that's bullshit. So getting tense. Eugene's like, well, somebody explain to me exactly what happened. So then Damon expresses again how he feels like that the cheating rumors jab that Sweet Tea threw out there was what bothered him the most. And I'm like, did it bother you because it's true? Like, Dr. Damon, did you actually cheat on Heavenly? Because if you didn't, you putting too much sauce on this. Why are you so mad about something that if it didn't happen? So then he says that Greg has been rejecting his patients. And Greg's like, the beef with our wives or any tension we got doesn't have nothing to do with me rejecting your patients. He says he just been busy and he don't want to give little attention to people that might deserve a lot of attention, whatever the case may be. So Damon's like, well, like I said, man, we're good here. I'm good on this end. And that's how the episode ends. And the guys are like, I think we made some resolution. It's going to be more problems there. Because if you know Heavily, it's going to be more problems there. But that's how the episode ends. Yeah, like I said, I would still give it a C+. Because at the beginning of this episode, we got a lot of shit that we already knew. A lot of shit that we was already discussed in the premiere episode. So that's why I would pretty much give it a C+. This is only episode 2, so we just have to wait and see. I'll be glad when they get this Simone and Quad conversation out the way, because I'm ready to just get it out the way. I always like to see the husbands get along, so I would like Damon and Greg to be cool. But I get where Greg's coming from. So it's just like, and you notice how I didn't say Damon. Dr. Damon on some shit this season, but hey. But yeah, those are my little thoughts or what have yous for this week's episode and possibly episodes to come. Let me know your little thoughts and what have yous and what you would grade this week's episode in the comments. If I forgot something, was off on something, left something out, leave it in the comments. Like and subscribe to the channel. If you sat here for 15 minutes and watch this review, you can definitely spend 5 seconds by just... I mean, if you sat here for 15 seconds and watch this review, then you can spend 5... This is why I say I have to stop to regain my thoughts. If you sat here for 15 minutes and watch this review, then you can spend 15 seconds liking and subscribing to the channel. It's the best way to support the channel. It's free. It's anonymous. It takes less than 5 seconds. I don't know how many more times I can express that, but yeah, like and subscribe to the channel. Comment below. Thanks for watching this review, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.